Now. I've already spoken for 45, 46 minutes, and I hope I've you know s- kind of solved some query in your mind which you had related to the market. So if you have any queries, few questions, I'll just try to answer it.
Hi Puneet, this is Piyush this side.
Hi Piyush.
Thanks for your knowledge. I really appreciate that because I am also there in the secondary market from 2000 onwards and keep on reading the things. Not as perfect as you are in terms of charts and
Great,
I
great,
just
sir.
have a query about the Amaraja battery. The short term or say medium term, 1 month, 2 months.
Okay, so I am not a fan of buying Amaraja battery, and if you can see this phase, it's a good phase of collection. And since this EV story has started somewhat 2 years back, and people started talking about the batteries which are required to support the system, a lot of people are really on a buying spree to really hold the stock. And I think this buying is a totally a structural buying, wherein retail public is into the system, and this stock is just trying to pull back on an oversold zone, and I expect this stock to in a short term, if next move comes up, maybe some news related to batteries, maybe some supportive from the government or something, it will just try to move up. It might break that 840, 845 level for short term, right? If you're holding it, that is what my answer is. And if it moves up on some announcement in next 2, 3, 6 months, right, you just sell the stock. My point, somewhat of correction to the stock is somewhere on 284 to 300 zones. Why it will come at it is no answer specifically on fundamentals, but technically understanding the distribution part and the stock is heavy, and people are holding this in portfolios. And if there is a longer move, if we say that EV things will come up and this is the one, I think a lot of competition is still there in market, and it takes time to serve the purpose. And before serving, I think the large player, whosoever is holding the large chunk of Amaraja battery, will try to play out the people, and it will come down to 300, 350 zone. It will stay there for some time, it recollect the share, and that's where you should enter if the story picks up and a market. Then you can have a target of say good 1200 to 13, 1500 zones. But at this point, every mutual fund is holding. So wherever there is a public, there is no money, sir. So that is my personal feeling, and I really don't participate much in this stock. The stock is correcting from good sub 1100 levels, I guess, and we are standing at almost 50% negative. But yes, the channel low is expected. So if it breaks 600 this time, without moving up, the immediate support is near 450.
Puneet, what's the Nifty
Tata.
target if break down to 10,800 or 10,900?
So I have my position target of Nifty is around 9600. 9612 is what I've prepared on my chart somewhat 1 year back, and I am still onto it. And the kind of
Okay.
situation which is there in market, I think it should really come. So any uptick on the market, I think you should book on your short term returns, and long term there is no hurry. Let the market settle down and then you invest.